Vouch. Hey, this is our live call-in show for computer repair techs. The call-in number is 1-888-697-0160. And let me introduce the co-hosts to you guys this week. This week we have Chris Brothers from the Remote Support Tech team. How you doing, Chris?
Not bad, Jeff. How are you today?
I'm doing excellent. I got to play some Battlefield 4, and I'm psyched. Ready to go. You're also joining us today. We've got Matt Rainey from Hotnets Pro and InformedIT.net. How you doing, Matt?
Just great, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
No problem. And also joining us today, we have none other than Marvin B. from MBSystems.net. How you doing, Marvin?
I am doing Facebook fantastic.
Is there such a thing?
I hope not.
Oh, wow. Facebook fantastic.
Do you use Firefox this time, Tom?
I'm going to use that.
It's like one of those taboo words we're not supposed to use in the show.
Well, no, it would be taboo if we said the Facebook. But Facebook is okay.
Gotcha.
Isn't that what our customers call it? You know the
Warm up. It used to be that fit. You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to get into that conversation.
They just call the internet now. They think
Warm up.
the internet is the same thing.
There you go.
Warm up.
www.
Yep.
One more
thing
set
that
of
cracked me
three.
up even more was when people would say, my Foxfire is not working right.
But I still say that.
Yeah. I sure do.
I have not
There
heard
you
that in a
go.
long time, but that's fine.
All the time.
Oh, my Foxfire. Okay. Oh. Well, anyways, you guys know this is our live call-in show. If you have any questions or you would like to be, say your piece on the show, please give me a call. I am watching the phone as we speak, and the number is at the bottom of my screen. So again, it's 1-888-697-0162. No matter where you're at, give us a call. All right, guys, I think we've come up with a couple different subjects for today. I think one of the things that we're doing is we're going to talk about premium services. And Chris brought this up to me, so I'm interested to see what he's got to say about that. And also, I think we're going to talk about business clients. And, some of the things that, because on this panel today, I've got a bunch of guys that deal with businesses all the time. I'm the mostly residential tech. But these guys, they deal with business clients and customers, and I'm sure they have a lot of information that they can share with us today. Hopefully it'll help us out, maybe bridging that gap between going from residential to, two businesses, whether it be, a little 5-person computer shop, 15, 20, 50, whatever. I think these guys do all sizes. So, Chris, let's start with you. We were talking about premium services. And, some of the things you were talking about, you said something about QuickBooks, I think you were talking about premium services as far as getting into them to help your client base out now.
Well, and charging for them. So the whole point on premium services is it's either more difficult to get into or requires software or specific training or something that you're not going to see everywhere else, right? So the QuickBooks Pro Advisor program is the one that we're involved in, and that we're going to be rolling out within the next week or so, which, that's a whole separate thing. But that's just one example. There's Sage Central Accounting. There's a whole bunch of other different types of software and hardware that you can get into. But the point is that you're that guy, or you're that girl, you're that company that can provide this service, and it's something that you can charge a premium for, both because it costs you more money because it's a specialized service. If you've already gotten into doing the small scale MSP, if you've already gotten into starting to bridge into those small businesses by focusing on software like we talked about in the last show, then you can really hone in and specialize on something that you can bring to your customers that they're going to be calling you for.
Okay. No, that makes a lot of sense. Now, Marvin or Matt, either one. Well, let me give you my standpoint, then you guys can answer also. My standpoint has always been, a lot of times when it comes to supporting things like software and stuff like that, in the past I've always said, you know what, I really don't know that software. I said, we can probably try to figure it out. But when I was supporting, some nonprofits and stuff like that, I would require them to get a support contract so that as I was supporting them, I could call up somebody and basically say, hey, I need help with QuickBooks or Peachtree Accounting or whatever software we're using. Especially some of the older stuff, it was written specifically go back in the, Windows 2000 days, Windows XP and stuff like that. Some of these older programs, these places had built specifically for them. I'm like, I don't know. There's just too much software and stuff to run. So, but you're talking about specializing in certain things that are popular out there today. So that makes a lot of sense. And I think, when you're talking about QuickBooks and stuff like that, there are a lot of people who need help because I'll be honest with you, so anyways, Matt, what do you think about that as far as, premium services from your standpoint?
Well, kind of the same thought as you, and that's the way we've been doing our business. Is every business is going to have their line of business application that they use, whatever that is, their main software for their company, specialized, right? Accounting, people have accounting software. Medical field has their whatever their medical software. Everybody's got their own. A mechanic shop kind of his own software to work on cars. So my point of view is I can't learn every software. Now, I'm not talking about specializing, like we're saying, as we're specializing. I'm talking general support.
43.
General support. I tell the customers, if it's a line of business application, you need to have a support agreement. I'll be the liaison. They'll try and talk tech to you. Obviously, you're not target. I'm the middle person. I'm the interpreter.
Right.
If we need, we'll do a conference call. You'll be on it. They'll be on it, and I'll be on it. So they won't give you the runaround because I'm the tech that's going to stop that.
60.
So, and that's what we'll do. I'll be the liaison. I can't learn every software in the world. We'll do everything else. I mean, we build ourselves a full service computer company. Okay. So all the servers, networking, all that stuff, security. The line of business applications where we kind of run because we can't learn every software.
Okay. And then, Marvin, what's your thoughts on premium services? How do you implement it?
25.
Well, it's pretty much the same way. The only difference I do is instead of trying to become the expert in that software for the customer, we will actually work with the experts and join partnerships with them. Best example I can give is our law firms who do our case management software. A lot of the stuff that they need done will be exchange integration or connecting multiple offices. And so what we'll do is learn all the networking side of it so that the vendor will also see us as an asset to them. So that if they get, another customer that,
65.
That's basically premium network services, that vendor will recommend us instead of us having to get the clients ourselves. But all of the customers, just like Chris and Matt, we force them to get their own support contracts directly with the vendor. Because a lot of those questions that they ask, well, yeah, they're simple questions, but sometimes it's a whole lot faster than just the call support. But if they
63.
Extended support, then yes, we'll be calling with them, or we'll be the ones calling the tech support on their behalf. It is really tough to try to know all the software.
That's one thing that we do when we're forming a containers or searching customers. When we're forming the agreement to present to the customer, that's one of the line items we put in there is third-party vendor management. Meaning you contact us, tell us the problem, we'll contact it for
116.
Third-party vendor management. You don't call all around and you get passed around. It's not my department, You call us, we take ownership of the problem when we see it first. And but we'll call the people who are the experts at that problem. Peachtree, Sage, whatever it is.
Now, Chris, let me understand. So you're basically talking about being one of those support people for a premium service, though, right? As far as like QuickBooks and stuff like that. So what types of things are you doing? Let's take the QuickBooks for example, because I know you were doing some training and different things like that. What is it you're exactly doing, and how are you going to present it?
50.
Obviously, you do a white label service for computer repair shops.
Right. So where we get into when we're in the QuickBooks Pro Advisor program, which we were already QuickBooks Pro Advisors in Canada back when I was just running my own show, and now we have the U.S. license. And basically, what it gives us is the tools and training to actually do the QuickBooks support directly with the client, which saves them a lot of time. Right, because I don't know if you guys have ever had to call QuickBooks or have ever had to do, but that's exactly what you might have been into. No, this isn't my department. No, I need to get this over to an engineer.
40.
And what it comes down to with us is customer calls in, we deal with it, and if we can't fix it, we have a direct line to the engineer that can. So, it winds up cutting a lot of time out of the resolution for the customer, so that instead of taking a week for the problem to get fixed, it's going to take a day or two. And, we can charge a premium for that service because they're getting quicker service. Okay. And they can go ahead and they can get a QuickBooks support agreement, but is it going to cover what the support agreement has in there? Are they going to be able to get their help fast enough? Like, those are all the things that we're trying to deal with for our clients. And frankly, QuickBooks is used by the majority of our client base. So it just winds up being a huge market that just hasn't been tapped into yet.
42.
Let me ask you this, because I'm understanding too, back in the day, QuickBooks was it's basically a standalone software program you would go to with the desk, it updated every year for a new one. But now they've got the online services. Now, are you able to support both online and the regular software?
Yeah, but there really isn't a whole lot to support with online.
But that's kind of my point is there going to be less support on people that are moving to an online service, or are you still seeing that there's a lot of people that have to have that standalone service in order to run their day-to-day business?
A lot of people are still
32.
Which is unfortunate in its own way, but that's how it is. And so, storing your data is a good thing. That's helpful. People are more willing to do that than to put all of their financial data online. We can still help people set up their QuickBooks Online. If they need training on it, we can train them on their QuickBooks Online, but there's not a whole lot of support there. So there's a lot more focus on the desktop application than there's on the online side.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
And, QuickBooks is, I don't consider it really was because everybody does QuickBooks. Most of our clients use QuickBooks.
Okay.
Now we're different because we have
Oh.
partners. So if I run into something like that, it's not basic data take QuickBooks support. But QuickBooks is almost as easy as for me. The problems I deal with is you back up QuickBooks to the transaction log files. No, not in 40 years. Okay, well, let's do that. Your TLG log files, 1 gig. Let's run it back and figure that out. So QuickBooks, you need to know basic things about it for businesses. Okay. We will have to call QuickBooks support for everything.
I'll tell you, because I had probably back at the beginning of the year, I had somebody that ran a laptop with QuickBooks on it, which also not only did their accounting, but also did their payroll. And their hard drive was down. Now, I was able to go in and I found, because it was an old version of QuickBooks, I found where the backup files were, and I backed them on, put them back on the system. But then when he went to reinstall them after installing the software, they did not work. And they were concerned that there was corruption and stuff. So
100.
I was able to finally integrate with the service. Meaning, I fixed it. But he basically was able to help. They were able to remote it here. And that's one of those things where you go, I don't know what happened. As far as I'm concerned, all these backup files could be corrupt. So definitely need those types of things in order to find.
Well, what I see a lot of times is end users go back into QBW file, GLG file.
Right.
And I told them, look, just want to go back. If you miss all the
60.
QBW, I used to keep the O to QBD file actually. Yeah. Okay. So, but that's it. And I so the system backs up the data. Yes, the system backs up the data. But QuickBooks backup doesn't move it back to the data. It does company file maintenance. So you change the name of that from QuickBooks backup to something else. This was me.
Is that something you have to run manually then? Yes.
Well, I think it's get that out or something, but that's why when you're running QuickBooks, it pops up every third time you close it, you went back up because it does some good things.
Okay.
Right. So you have a TLG file, transaction.
I lost the laptop.
And it doesn't commit those changes. And I've seen a 30 meg QBW file with 800 meg. And they're going to call it complaint. Say, why?
6.
First, you got to do is check the size of that.
Yeah.
And okay, let's run it looks back up. How's it working out? Well, it's pregnant. Yeah, then back up a month or so. Let's put a reminder here. Put a calendar once a month. Back with QuickBooks. And then one thing we want is service back. You have to do the service nothing but maintenance on your QuickBooks page.
Okay, that's good to know.
45.
I never realized that myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have clients that also have the online backup. So we'll set up a specific, we'll set it up so that every time they close out their QuickBooks, it prompts them for that backup, just so that they remember to do it at least once a week, right? But it's for the same reason. It's going to wind up slowing down. It's going to wind up causing you problems. And on top of that, you want to have a good backup that can be backed up onto the cloud server.
91.
And a lot of clients will have 5, 6, 7 permanent.
Yeah.
And everything is slow sometimes, sometimes not. Not because they're working in this company a lot of times it's slow. But the other ones are real small. Those are fun. They don't say that. If they don't say it's slow in this company, they just know it's small.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good advice because you have to figure out when it is slow. But should get
I had this problem this past week. The customer saying, you got this over with, just so slow. But I just search startup gig. Find 15 of them. Some of them were over a gig. And I said, okay. So
You've never run this car.
You run QuickBooks backup. What do you mean? I'm going to find out that pop-up here said yes backup. But we don't do that.
60.
That's certainly what they explain to them, and we do it, and everyone's great. And of course, a year later, 2 years later, the back is the same thing. It's back to one spot. What do you mean? It really goes for you. Yeah, so there. Okay.
What we started running into a lot is file corruption without a backup. Where their QuickBooks file won't open anymore. They get some error message, and they don't have to create a backup ever because QuickBooks never fails. So those we had to keep on setting. Okay, well, you're going to have to call QuickBooks. You're going to have to call QuickBooks.
97.
That was losing us money. That was losing our clients money because we don't have. Most of our clients, they don't do business the way they do. Right? They're smaller ones. You manage shops. They don't get into all that stuff. So it winds up allowing us to say, listen, you know what? Why don't you send me that file, and I will work on it. And that's what it's supposed for, right? All of the things that QuickBooks can do, we can do it as long as we have the training for it. We can. If we can't, we have free access to an engineer that can fix it. So it winds up being a good revenue for our clients that don't have that kind of managed system clients.
What were you going to say, Marvin?
No, I was just going to say that the reason they never do the QuickBooks backup is because they think the server is doing the backup.
22.
I was going to add that what Chris is talking about doing, where we partner with other consultants that are QuickBooks live support, and they work directly with those clients. And one of the things that we do with a couple of them is they pay us for the service, but then we enlist the consultant to every month go in and they've got access to the system, and they'll check the backup and take care of those things. But
No score.
that's only a couple of customers. A lot of clients don't want to pay for that, so they'll just pay on a one-time basis when they have those issues.
I'm surprised because I use QuickBooks, for my regular banking. I don't use QuickBooks or anything for any of my accounting, but I use Quicken, and Quicken will make a backup file every time I shut the thing down automatically. But it must be because the file structure is a lot smaller. It knows it just do that. I'm surprised that QuickBooks doesn't force that issue to do a backup when you close the system. It's something else.
Well, remember, most of the time you're going to either multi-user issues where 3 to 5 people can be in QuickBooks at the same time, or you're dealing with it on a shared network drive. So I don't know the reasons that they don't force a backup every now and then, but they just have to force the reminders.
Right.
But for the users, unless you train them, don't know what the choice is. Local, online, they don't know. I just, and I tell them, I don't care what you're backing up to. We are backing up the data. Students run the database, maintenance.
Game shot and the first leg.
And the worst part too is when they panic when they get any kind of message. So I had to spend 20 minutes with a client yesterday telling them that, no, it's okay that you're doing that, Bob, I'm telling you not to back up on the C drive.
21.
Understand what you're doing, just say yes. Because it'll warn you, well, you can't back up QuickBooks on the same hard drive that QuickBooks is running on. Well, you can. It's not recommended because they don't think that you're backing it up other places unless you have that set up so it's doing that automatically. But yeah, I mean, just a message like that will make them freak out, and they'll cancel out the backup. And do you think they're going to call? No, they don't. They don't call. You know what? It's telling me that I shouldn't do this. So I'm just going to cancel out of that. Next time I talk to them, I'm going to bring it up. And then what happens? They lose 6 months worth of data because it crashes, and they have other colleagues 6 months
30.
in their position.
Yeah. You know, I mean, this, unfortunately or fortunately, whichever way you look at it, this is the type of thing that keeps us in business. But people constantly need support. I was doing an Columbus backup, speaking of backups, the other day on my system, and I had an internal drive that was as a backup drive. And the reason I do that is because on my system, it's munching there, it's fine. I have an external hard drive that I plug in once in a while. Also, this does not regularly use this. And it really doesn't want you to put it on another drive, so you got to dig down through the menu, or another drive on your system. It wants you to dig down through the menu to browse and find the one that's in the system, because it wants you to do it, offsite, or like a server or something like that. So yeah, I can see a lot of these programs are not easy for people to use.
81.
No, for sure. Don't cancel the backup to play. Yet they do allow PC output.
No, and I mean the point of what I was talking about too isn't so much just software, right? Like, do you guys charge a premium for server support? Do you guys charge a premium for network support? Like, is there something that you specialize in that you charge a different rate for, or do you just charge the same rate across the board? Why?
We charge the
52.
same rate across the board for pretty much everything. Doesn't matter if the server network or if jumping off the monitors here, so you know what you get yourself. It's all the same. The only we do charge more for is priority rate. They want it done right now, they'll wait in the queue. And they're not as structured custom. They get time and a half for it. And if someone, we have an advanced network support, which is if another tech tries to fix it, and then we do it behind them.
60.
That's going to be an incentive first next time.
That's good. I like that. Absolutely.
And we also apply that to a user who have to try to fix it and call because they screwed up more than the callers. So it's there in case we need it. And just like you said, it's similar to spend 3 days fixing yourself and screwing up more. Now I've got to dig back and see what you did. So,
yeah, and users always make it worse. I don't care what they do.
28.
and there's a nice weekend rate. There's after hours rate, So
Yeah.
anything or after 8 to 5 Monday to Friday. It's going to be overtime.
So, Chris, what types of, I mean, obviously you're doing white label stuff now, but what types of things do you charge as far as your business?
Well, I mean, I used to charge premium when it came to server-based applications. So, my rate I brought that up to $89 an hour, but I was charging $109 if it involved the server, specifically because it involved more
81.
knowledge and it involved something more, and it was harder work. So that was the way we felt that. When QuickBooks came in, I was charging $119 an hour just with QuickBooks for our Canadian clients. Again, because there's something that we had to specifically be on, we had to pay for the software in order to be able to support those clients and specific software you can't use for anything else. And we never had a problem. Anybody that needed their QuickBooks worked on,
83.
they have already tried to call it QuickBooks, they hated the support, and they were looking for ProAdvisors. They'd go on the ProAdvisor site, they'd find us, right? So we were there for those that wanted to pay for it.
What about you, Marco?
We're pretty much straight across the board for most things. We have the same after hours, pretty good. But we do charge different clients different rates based on the amount of support they need, whether it's user induced or
23.
have more stuff we have to monitor for it or help them with, we'll charge for it. It still comes out to some sort of, equivalent of an hourly rate. If we have to do, extra above that. And I actually have done the same thing Matt did, where if I find out that somebody else is working on it, we're charging for the rate regardless of whether it's normal or not.
I like that. That's if you, I mean, it makes it to where
1.
maybe they're not going to mess with it next time they try to, be attacked. When you're not, I mean, let's face it, everybody's not good at everything. And you've got to pick your battles. And I don't understand people that try to do, especially even residential customers, they will, download, the PC optimizer and all the different things, like on purpose to fix their machine. Reg Edit or whatever, Reg Pro, that's what I see all the
No score.
It's like, yeah. It's like, why would you do, all you've done is just basically build your system up, and now we've got to come in and we've got more stuff to clean out. It's taking less time, got rid of the viruses and malware around, so you had your back up and running, but now I'm going to have to for a longer period of time to make sure that I get all this junk out that you put in.
I had a big kind of example of this past week. I had a client call me saying, our internet was slow. Anything you try and do, just bring up a web menu, Google.com, blank page, right? Slowest can be. So, of course, we're calling all the server down. Yes, server down. But that's understandable. Figure out the internet stuff. I started things that are
60.
So and I get like 3,000 responses per input. That's okay, so I said, it's just really slow. So I'm troubleshooting with them, and I said, my thought process is somebody's got me flooded in the right. But 15 users there. I said,
65.
Did you park in a drive? Right. I said, let's just unplug one through one person at a time. But this person, the third person I got to, right away, drop me off the middle. Everybody was fine. I said, okay, plug it back in. Plug it back in. Right away back to 3,000. So I'm talking to him, I said, hey, your computer's also trying to. I said, do you want us to look at it or more range bus? It was my personal computer going to the house.
61.
Okay, so do you want us to look at it? I'll look at it. Okay. So anyway, I said, you can't connect it back. So that's talk to the office manager. I said, manager, it's his computer. He's calling from whatever he does with his computer. He's calling from. The next day I called for something else. And I connected to a girl's computer. She's got
45.
junk, like optimizing for my computer. I said, what happened to it yesterday? Oh, the guy was just he went around and loaded up all the computers sitting on this. Oh, wow. So wait, the person who was calling their system is split for 2 weeks just got his computer affected with something. You're sending his advice. That's what should protect the computers. Makes sense, doesn't it? I said, no.
90.
It makes total sense. Whoever's having those problems, he has to research.
Got it off for hers, and I said, this needs to be removed on all the computers. Do you want me to do it, or do you want to go do it? I'm going to have to go do it. I said, okay, well, you can have to go do it, but my recommendation is, I'm not letting them administer any computers. It's just openers. Right. That, in my opinion, we should be doing it. So she said, I'm going to tell him not to touch it anymore. But why would he let that person
45.
So this computer's all in that. Then he goes around after the African, installs all computers to fix the problems. I'm sorry, fix part of your computer. Right. Because he doesn't require any further fixing. Right? Now you get it worse again. So, but that's the case where I charge him. I charge him $10 If he's going to consider himself a tech, I'm going to charge the higher rate to go on no technicals.
Right. That's perfectly. I
30.
most people really should not be touching your system. Let somebody else do it. You're good at whatever you do for your job, but you're not good at everything. So stop.
It usually only takes, one bill that's a couple of $1,000 that really could be fixed for $100 for the the owner of the business to say, nobody's on that protection.
5,
Well, and I think, from your guys' standpoint, because you're all, doing your businesses and stuff like that, a lot of us, smaller tech, we really don't think about those things, but it's, it's true. It's really what people need to do because, hey, if you're going to mess something up, maybe we should charge a little bit more and, to fix the problem because you're causing us more time, to fix the problem. So, or, more knowledge to get all this stuff out.
But you created an emergency. You tried to
44.
You created an emergency when I have to put you visit cards. The advanced network report card kind of work together, right? So you cause a problem. Now I've got a truck. I'm dealing with it. Because you made it. You don't have controls first. Before was it convenience for you. Now it's a major issue.
Yeah, that's exactly. Well, and it comes down to even I don't understand the customers that will have a slow computer for 6 months. And
Mercy.
They don't bring it to me. Now this is me. Maybe it's not everybody else. This is me. They don't bring it to me until Internet Explorer connected. And by that time, it's 6. How long have you been dealing with slow computer? About 6, 7 months. I mean. If my computer, if I click my web page, which the last 4 weeks is not true, but if I click it and it doesn't go up right away, I'm like, hey, this is too slow. There's no reason in the world I should ever see a little screen server on my web page. No. So, but people do that. I'm like, hey, that's like, I love games.
81.
It usually goes up slowly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like one day it was fine, next day it was 5% and 98% and 7%. You used to it, so they're desensitized.
That's true.
And you really wind up having it depends on the user for you, right? Like, my mother is a perfect example of this because she'll get infected with something where she used to. I installed my stuff.
40.
But she'd get infected with something and leave it alone because the only thing she uses the computer for is bingo. So as long as you're bingo works, she really doesn't care about what's going on with the computer until bingo stops. And then I get a phone call. So the way that I see it is every user is my mother. And I'm not going to hear from them until they can't play bingo.
Okay. Well, and I think, we talked about this before, but we're
26.
is, I will have customers ask me, how do I not get infected? And I'm like, we can slow it down. Know that we can keep you from getting fully, from getting infected over time. Depends on your habits, what you do.
Well, the way to prevent it is it takes a lot of user training. You have to increase your knowledge about what they're doing.
True.
The only way to prevent it is
40.
knowledge.
Yeah. And most of the time, people don't want to learn more. Again, they're good at what they do.
No, they will install a software that's going to this is not
Yeah. And that's when those are the customers you have to problems, right? Set them up with 9.8, set them up with uncheck E, do everything that you can to minimize the risk, and hopefully you won't hear from them for a while. If you do, well, and you did everything that you could, they don't
43.
Right. Because, again, antivirus, I don't know, every one of us has had infected and I could rattle off 3 different antiviruses all the time.
Yeah. I've said it before, I've said it again, I talk to customers, antivirus is like a flu shot. Doesn't mean you have to get the flu. When you get a flu shot, it's good the flu. You can have antivirus, it's good. In fact, the flu shot's just one layer of prevent or just help prevent it. You get a different strain, whatever. You might get it, might not be as bad as the real flu, but the flu shot's not going to 100% guarantee you not getting it.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm the right there.
15.
That's great. That's a great analogy. I never thought about it like that, but that's exactly why I don't get it.
I'm an educated person, so I won't go there.
Not as good. Chris, you had to say it, didn't you? You had to say it. Oh.
I almost did not too. It was really close.
I know.
It's done.
Um,
Thanks, Ross.
I think there's definitely, so Chris, as far as what you're doing with, now, how many premium services do you want to become an expert
60.
in order to support? Because obviously your business is a little different from the white label premium care business. What, I mean, are you just gonna deal with the top 5 things that people are using out there, or what's your thought process on learning?
There it is, Ross.
Yeah, good one.
Well, that's.
Is that a
that's the
140,
part,
180?
You can't make those.
John,
Yep.
that's a 140, 180?
Yeah. Hey,
Was that a 140, 180?
no, it wasn't a 180.
Oh, okay.
It
Alrighty.
was a 140.
Alright, you want another?
Yep, sure. Yep. I'll go out and come back in.